So welcome back. I'm Wendy Ladd. Welcome to Fabulous Fit and Fantastic Show. We are live at thatchannel.com. And I've got my second wonderful, fabulous, fit and fantastic. She falls into all three categories. Her name is Michelle Peavy. I'm just going to say hello first before I do your bio. So welcome so much to the show, Michelle.
Thank you so much, Wendy, for having me.
I know that you've come a long way today, traffic and all the things that got you here, so I'm grateful. Thank you so much for being here. But I want to read her bio. This is a phenomenal bio, and I really want to read the whole thing. So Michelle was born in Kingston, Ontario, Canada, so she's a Canadian. Yay, shout out to Canada for her. Michelle moved to Houston, Texas in 1995 and now holds dual citizenship in Canada and United States. As a firm believer that success is not given but rather earned, Michelle is often described as a magnetic but universal woman. I love that. These talents go beyond business. As a singer, often singing the national anthem for the NBA Houston Rockets, she has also performed as a warm-up singer on Jimmy Kimmel Live. That must have been really, really fun for you. America's Got Talent, E-Women Got Talent, The Business of Bliss, Fearless Women Day, and expanding her repertoire as a closing keynote speaker, singer for conventions and events. In addition, she has been the president owner of Remy and Company for the last 11 years, an executive recruiting firm, Houston, Calgary, and expanding into Toronto markets. She is also a certified fitness instructor. Of course you are. You absolutely fabulously fit, and a healthy coffee distributor. She was featured as a back page cover girl, as one of 40 women, two of two Canadian women, in a book called Fearless Women, Fearless Wisdom. Cover of today's Business Women magazine. We have that. Can we show that right now? I love this magazine. Got it? Where can you buy that?
Actually, you can get it on my website, or you can actually go to todaysbusinesswomenmagazine.com, and you can get the magazine there.
So she's on the cover of Today's Business Women magazine, and recently authored her new CD, where she shares her fearless story about her journey on the freeway of life and how she became the final note. Watch out for her newest project, where she is the co-founder of a women's summit in Toronto called All Women in October of 2011. For more information or inquiries about Michelle, you can go to michellepeavy.com. So Michelle, you've got a huge journey. You've been on a massive journey, and I've heard a little bit about your story. And I think one of the first questions that I want to ask that you can share with everybody, which is so very, very important, is what makes you a fearless woman?
Well, I think actually what makes me a fearless woman is really believing in yourself. You know, I tell people you have to stand on the edge of the cliff, and you actually have to jump. Sometimes you just have to jump, and you can't figure it all out. Just jump, and there'll be people along the way that'll meet you, and they'll help you to encourage that fearless journey.
Yeah. Can you explain your brand identity, The Final Note?
Well, The Final Note actually found me. I didn't find it, but The Final Note, actually, the word itself, is a musical note. And because I am a singer, I am like the closing keynote singer at a convention or event. So what I tell people is I'm like the whipped cream and cherry on top of the sundae. The final note is the individual that actually closes the event, and really, because music doesn't discriminate. Music will speak to somebody through their own words. When someone speaks, you'll only absorb so much information, but the music will speak directly to them. So my really job as the final note is to help awaken the sleeping giant and get them to get up and blare their own speakers and march to their own final note.
So I actually got to hear you at the Powie, and that was the first time I've ever saw that, and I started to cry. So I was listening to you. So I'm so happy to see that you're going to be able to sing for us. So I'm excited for that. If for anything else that happens here today, they're going to actually hear your wonderful voice and hear the emotion and the inspiration. So I found that day to be extremely inspiring for me. It was huge. So why should people come out to the All Women event in Toronto in October of 2011? What's happening and why?
Well, I believe actually, you know, women out there, we operate in three different ways. We operate through action, we operate through intent, and we operate through strength. And I believe each one of us, we actually go deep inside and we find those. So the All Women event really is, I have partnered with Ellen Campbell, who is the founder of CCAA, Canadian Centre of Abuse Awareness. She is my partner, and actually 100% of all the proceeds are going to her charity. And it's just a long story where it's evolved. I've latched on to her. I say, if you want to make some things happen, find some people and create a tribe and make the tribe happen. But it's helping to build intent, strength, and action in women.
That's great. So, Michelle, when people hear Michelle Peavy, what do you want them to think and what do you want them to know?
Well, you know, I follow my own words, and all of us have a certain saying or a certain quote that we live by, or we say to ourselves when we wake up, or we're going through a trying time or a tragedy or whatever it may be. But I actually found the words of, I came to the fork in the road and chose the fearless route. And so my journey begins.
Wow. So what words of wisdom do you follow?
You know, I follow the words of my intuitive voice. You have to listen to yourself first. And there's a variety of words, but I just go back to my fearless journey and going on those forks in the road and not trying to figure out the whole journey at once. Taking it one step at a time and letting the people come to you in your life, because you might learn some new words and wisdoms of words along the journey.
So just share, I know that you brought your CD.
Yes.
So just share with me a little bit about that and how it came to be, what it's all about, how people can get it, because I've got 2 of them.
Right.
So just share a little bit about that.
Well, I first of all, I have to say a happy shout out to everybody out in Houston, Texas that's watching me.
Yay.
In Calgary, as well as in Toronto. But I have to really say a big thank you to Mary Morisuti. Those are one of the people that I met along in my fearless journey. And Mary was an individual that I met at a women's event. There weren't many people there that morning. And I always say to people, there's going to always be one person in the room, no matter how many people are in the room. And Mary and I are almost like soul sisters. And Mary actually and I grabbed onto each other. And she became actually almost like a communication strategic business coach, helped me with some branding. And I decided, you know what, I want to check off my bucket list. Yeah. And one of them was the CD. But I want to really say thank you and say hello to my friend Renee and my friend Marge out there. They're the reasons that I talk about this CD, and I did it for 2 reasons. Because Renee at one time could not see. She lost her eyesight to diabetes. If I did a book, she wouldn't be able to read the book.
Right.
And my friend Marge, who's now a quadriplegic, she couldn't turn the pages to the book. So I believe that faith is built through hearing something over and over and over again. So I actually authored my story on the CD. So the words are my story and the storm that I went through and they went through. The song is actually the rainbows, which equal the blessing.
Wow, that's powerful. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So all the people that you just talked about were huge blessings for you, but it was all intricately planned.
Right.
You know, the universe had every little step for you. Hence, when I went to that meeting, you were the person that I actually connected to.
Wow.
And when you stood up and you shared your story, I was like, wow. So it helped me to kind of have my coming out party, as I shared to Tina Desi, you know, that day.
Yes.
And it's actually helped me share with other people that's helped them have their, you know, coming out aha moments of whatever it is that somebody's got going on, you know. So we're all either going into a storm, in a storm,
right,
or coming out of a storm.
That's right.
So I believe that your CD is going to change many people's lives. So thank you so much, and I'm excited. We're going to sing very shortly, but you've got Today's Business magazine. If you could just share about that as well, because I believe the lady who authors that, like the owner, if you want to just share.
Yeah, I want to actually thank Kathleen Mailer. She's the editor-in-chief of Today's Business Women magazine out of actually the Calgary area, and you know, she is the individual that believed in her journey as well too. And like I tell people, just show up. And I was at a moment at an event speaking, and she was in the audience, and that's how this Today's Business Women magazine happened. So I encourage everybody, you can either go to my website, michellepeavy.com, or you can go to today'sbusinesswomenmagazine.com and get a subscription and support them, because it does go to a good cause.
Okay, great. And is there any email that anyone could email you at?
You can get me actually at info@michellepeavy.com. All the information is on my website.
Okay, great. So we're going to take the rest of the show. We're going to actually sign off with Michelle singing. So I'm just going to close out the show to everybody. So shout outs to everybody watching, Houston, Calgary,
Toronto,
Nova Scotia. I know everybody, all Joanne's family, everybody's watching. So thank you so much to everybody watching. And, you know, I just give a blessing and a big thank you to everybody on Facebook, because everybody on Facebook each and every day, sometimes you don't realize how intense or in tune you are with Facebook. And I had my event last week, and there was people that came from Facebook that actually came to my event, and that was huge. And how we had met, you know, we'd met on Facebook, and then you meet somebody live, and it just totally takes it into a new reality. So if you can meet your Facebook friends live, I encourage you to do that, and it's a really, really great blessing. So thank you to everybody who watches, and thank you to all my family and friends, and for everybody, and I mean it truthfully, everybody that comments at wendyladd.com, because because I go in there and I see all these comments, and you help me to keep going, because not every day is always fabulous and fantastic, and not every day is always fabulous, fit, or fantastic for everybody else. We all have something that we're going through. So remember that your story is your story, and you need to share it with everybody else, because you know what? You're going to change somebody's life. So we're going to go now to Michelle, and we're going to have her story change your life. So we're just going to get her set up. Back in a minute.
What one woman can be, it is my destiny to live my life and go for my dreams. I'm gonna step up and step out and use my gifts. What one woman can be, it's me. That's me. It's me. That's me. I'm gonna listen to the wisdom of my heart, telling me it's time to start, to take my dreams and watch them grow. I lived and learned, and now I know that I can do anything I want to. I can be anything, I choose it. I open my heart and trust and surrender to the flow. What one woman can be, it is my destiny to live my life and go for my dreams. I'm gonna step up and step out and use my gifts. What one woman can be, what woman can be is me. That's me. It's me. That's me. I see my life beckoning to me. My past has paved the way, and now I am free. The time is now, the time is right to leave the dark and walk into the light. I can do anything I want to. I can be anything, I choose it. My life is a miracle, and I'm grateful for it all. What one woman can be, it is my destiny to live my life and go for my dreams. I'm gonna step up and step out and use my gifts. What one woman can be, what woman can be is me. That's me. It's me. That's me. I can do it, I choose it. That woman is me, that woman is me. You can do it, you choose it. That woman is you, that woman is you. We can do it, we choose it. That woman is you, that woman is you. We can do it, I can do it. We can do it, we can do it. Thank you.